So in previous class we discussed about the distance. So one of the physical quantity which is an important physical quantity for measuring the distances. Okay. Now here another physical quantity to be determined. So before stated that another quantity of that related to the distance, we can define one important one. A relative one word will be there in physics. So relative, it is a very important word. Relative. So that's what I forgot to say. It's a relative word is an important word. Relative means what is that? Comparison with other. So for example, left, right, up, down, and shade. Day, night, long, short. These are all the relative words. Relative words. So this relative will be determination according to the person. So for example, to say left and right. So I am standing in front of the board in this position. So my face is towards the east. Now I am saying this board is left side. Left side to me I am saying because it is a left spot. But somebody is standing there in front of me. They are facing towards the west. They are saying it is right side to me. Right side. Who is correct means both of them are correct. Both of them are correct. According to myself, here I am the reference point. According to myself, its board is left. According to them, who is standing opposite to me, according to them, it is also correct. Understand? Similar relative words it is. According to one reference point we consider, according to them only this relative word will be depends. Okay. Similarly, day and night. So in day and night also to be observed. Here to compare with other countries. So now it is morning 10:30. Let's say, but in America it is a night. So your friend will be there. We had to ask, we had to ring to him. So what he says, hey, why had to disturb me? I am sleeping. What you say, hey, it is 10 o'clock morning. So now you are sleeping, you are saying. Because according to your point of view, it is right. Here it is 10. But there is a night. So it is a sleeping time. So according to them, he is also correct. Means what is saying here? This depends upon the one of the relation according to that point, according to them. So according to myself or according to others, where they are staying, according to this, these words will be related. It depends upon according to the motion of the air. All will happen due to the motion. Earth is not constant. Earth will be rotated. Okay? Due to the rotation of the earth, this will be happen. So one reference point will be needed. If the reference point is not there here, we can't be still. Remember. So you know one of the scientists named Newton. Newton is a very famous scientist. Isaac Newton. So next chapter also their laws of motion. Newton stated. So that famous fellow, what he says that give me one of the reference point to me to stand. I can lift the earth. Can lift the earth. But what he asked? He asked one of the reference point, one of the point to stay. Understand or not? If we are standing here means on the surface of the earth, you are standing. It is possible to lift to yourself? It's not possible. That's why what he says, one of the reference point will be there to me. I will lift this earth. But it is not possible to him. Why? Because we are standing on the earth only. That's why one of the exact point cannot be given to that. Okay? He says like that. That is, reference points are very important one. These points are not there. We can't be explain such things. So in the same manner, we have observed one of the another reference point. So we are sitting in a train. In a train you are sitting. In another train will be there. Beside by you, another train will be there. After some time, that train passes, where your nearby train will be start to move. But what you feel yourself, your train is passing on the train with reference point of view. But on the side of platform, they know this train is not moving. So his reference point is clear. So he is staying on the platform. So he does not say if this train is moving because it is stable. But nearby train, beside you, only it will be moves. So due to one of the reference point only, you have to say this motion. Okay, compulsory. One of the reference point will be needed. Okay. Similarly, so I started to discuss about one of the point is distance. Next one is said to be the displacement. Another point to consider as a displacement. For listening, both words will be similar. Distance, displacement. In daily, we can use distance word is mostly, but not this displacement. But according to the physics, there is some difference between this distance and displacement. Both are not same. Here, displacement means the shortest path to be traveled or for shortest distance to travel that path. That's called as a displacement. For example, to observe, here 2 points are there. One point is A, another point is B. Now to travel this, so many ways are there. To travel from here to this point to here, in this manner you have to cross, you have to reach the point. And another one to reach from this point to this, like this he will be moved. This, what is this? Distance traveled, this is distance. What do you call this is? Distance covered. Distance you have to say. So whatever that, on either sides will be covered that path, only path difference you have to maintain, that we call as a distance. But this distance to be covered in short way, that is directly to move from A to B. Directly to move from A to B, this is the displacement. Is said to be the displacement. Because we compare these 2 points, we compare these 2 ways, this is the shortest way. Directly to move from A to B is the shortest path to be traveled. So such a path we called as a, what is this called as a displacement. Displacement. And according to your words, what is a shortcut. Shortcut. So you are saying your friend, so to move from here to our school, some short distance or some shortcut will be there. On that way to move, we can reach early. So what the word you have to use? Shortcut. What is that shortcut means? This displacement. Okay. This displacement is said to be the shortcut. Okay. And another difference to be observed. A person traveling from A to B. A to B. He traveled the distance A to B 4 centimeter. To say 4 centimeters or 3 centimeters distance he will cover here. From there, he moved from B to C 4 centimeters. B to C 4 centimeters. Then what is the total distance traveled by him? Total distance. Total distance traveled is equal to total distance traveled is equal to AB plus BC. AB is 3, BC is 4. So 4 plus 3 is equal to 7 centimeters. So total distance traveled by him is 7 centimeters. Now for this you can find the displacement. Displacement it is also denoted by the letter S, but it having the indication. Displacement is indication, direction. It shows the direction also. It shows the direction also. That's why we can indicate displacement. Displacement indicated by the symbol, but units are similar to distance. CGS system centimeter, MKS system meters or kilometers. Okay. Now he traveled from A to C. A to C. Understand that A to C is the shortest path. So his displacement will be taken from A to C. A to C is the displacement. So how to get this displacement means? So in mathematics, according to mathematics, one of the important theorem will be there, that is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. It's an important theorem in mathematics, Pythagoras theorem. What is that Pythagoras theorem? Says that the square of this hypotenuse, that is AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So sum of the remaining two sides squares is equal to the hypotenuse square. AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. In mathematics you have this an important application, that is the Pythagoras theorem. According to this Pythagoras theorem, AB square plus AC square is equal to AB square plus AC square. According to that, what is AB here? 3. 3 means 3 square plus BC means 4 square. 3 square means 9. 4 square means 16. So 9 plus 16, 25. So AC square is equal to 25. Then AC is equal to root of 25. A square goes that side, becomes root. Therefore AC is equal to root of 25. What is the root value of 25? 5 centimeters. So AC is equal to 5 centimeters. See, to travel from A to B and B to C, total 7 centimeter distance to be traveled. But displacement will be very short. How much it will come? Only 5 centimeters. Okay, this is called as a displacement. So displacement is a vector quantity. Displacement means the shortest path to be traveled is said to be the displacement. It is denoted by an arrow. Displacement having a direction and magnitude. Okay, both magnitude and direction has. That's why it is a vector quantity. And units are similar to distance. That is meters or centimeters or kilometers you need to be taken by measuring this. Understand? This is about the units. Right? So here, understand the difference of distance and displacement. Distance means only to travel 2 paths. So the 2 paths to be covered, whatever the way to be choose. Whatever the way to be choose to reach the 2 points, that's the distance. But displacement is always shortest path, the shortest path to be traveled. Remember that, always to travel very short distance, very short path. Such a path is called as a displacement. So another difference will be, distance is a scalar quantity, means it has only magnitude, no direction. So it is a scalar. But displacement is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. That's the main difference of this distance and displacement. And indication letter units are same for both distance and displacement, that are denoted by the letter S. But here displacement indicated by the arrow to upside, but distance only to indicate yes, no direction. Okay. Exact path also be there in this displacement. So for example, to be observed, here few examples to be observed. Another example to be considered for distance and displacement is one of the mathematical application, that is Pythagoras theorem. Here I have applied here. So to travel, here is an A point, it is A point, to move comes here and reaches this point B. So this point you have to travel, total you have to travel this distance, total distance you have to cover. This is the way to travel, you have to reach from A to B, you can select this path. But displacement will be directly from A to B. So directly to reach from A to B is said to be the displacement. Is said to be the shortest path, you have to say to the displacement. So both words, remember, will be in daily life, distance and displacement, but most of we have to use mostly distance. But for saying the direction and shortest path, displacement to be used. But in daily life it can't be. But for physics, definitely we can differentiate between these distance and displacement. Similarly, another relative words will be there, speed and velocity. Speed means the distance traveled by a body in unit time. What do you say the speed? The distance traveled by a body. The distance traveled by the body in unit time. In unit time is called speed. So the distance traveled by the body in unit time is called speed. That's called as a speed. Understand? So the distance traveled here, distance will be taken. That means speed is equal to distance by time. Distance by time. So distance is denoted by the letter S, time is denoted by the letter T, and speed is denoted by the letter P. Therefore, V is equal to, what do you get? S by T. Formula is very important. So speed of the body to determine means you can apply this formula. What is that speed formula? V is equal to S by T is the formula. V is equal to S by T. Okay. What is S here? Distance by time. So distance traveled by the body in unit time. Certain time will be given for that. In that, how much distance it will be traveled to be calculated. That we call as speed. So speed, velocity is words. So in general, you have to use whatever that speed you can use. So the bus is moving with very speed, or he riding on the bicycles very high speed. Like that, we can say the word most commonly used word speed. But in part of physics, there is a variation of that speed, and another word we have to use velocity. First, we discuss about it. And its units to be considered in CGS system to be considered as distance is measured in centimeter, time is measured in seconds. So centimeter per second. So nowadays what happens, this division is not indicated. So instead of that, to write as centimeter second to the power minus 1. Why? Because to see centimeter into 1 by second, it means centimeter per second means. So 1 by second means here power will be only 1. So according to mathematics, 1 by a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of minus m. Like this value is 1 by s. So this goes up, it becomes centimeter. But to read as centimeter per second, but indication will be used like this. So nowadays you can use this indication, but to read only centimeter per second. Similarly, in MKS system it will be meter per second, or otherwise to write this as meter second to power minus 1. But no need to read that second to power minus 1. It also to be read as meter per second. This is about this speed. So speed can be taken as the distance traveled by the body in unit time is considered as the speed. Okay, it is different from velocity. So velocity is another one. In physics only you have to use these words. So in commonly you have to use most of this word used is speed only. But in physics there is a variation speed and velocity. So this velocity will be continued in next class. Next class will continue because this will be lengthy matter. We will continue next class.